Rush Duel is a fast-paced spin-off game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you can summon as many monsters as you want and draw up to 5 cards each turn. In this series, me and the TheDrAlex progress through each Rush Duel product release and build decks with whatever cards were available at that time. We have been drafting characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime and have exclusive access to those characters' boss monsters, and will continue to draft characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush series. Join us as we continue to battle it out in this series, Rush Duel Character Draft. Neo Legend Awakening Pack was released October 12th, 2024, and includes new support for Yuo's fusion archetype, Metarians, as well as 2 new archetypes in Legend, which can treat specific cards as legends while gaining bonus effects, and Ancient Gears, a series of classic GX machine cards. Since I already have most of the machine archetypes, I will be taking the Ancient Gear cards, including Ancient Gear Tyranno, Ancient Gear Powered Soldier, and Ancient Gear Golem. Since I have drafted most of the types in the Legend archetype, I will also be taking them, including Grand Legend Saber, Grand Legend Priest, and Grand Legend Magician. And finally, I will be receiving Guardian of Order. Since Alex drafted Yuo, he will receive Imaginary Leading Actor, Metarian Medusa Star, Metarian Genius Star, Full Metarian Ashura Star, and Full Metarian Vritra Star. So this is the deck we're bringing to today's game. This is Ancient Gear, and Ancient Gear is a really cool archetype. I think aesthetically these cards are really, really cool. Obviously, always been a big fan of them in the TCG, but in Rush they are a little bit lacking. Ancient Gear Golem, absolutely fantastic. We've seen this in Duel Links already. 3000 attack, 3000 defense, piercing, opponent can't activate trap cards. Fantastic card. Unfortunately, from there things go a little bit downhill. Tyranno can be summoned a little bit easier, but other than that, it's just a 2500 body that stops your opponent from activating trap cards, which is fine. But we also have Powered Soldier, who's basically the same thing. It can get itself out a little bit easier, and then it has better stats than Tyranno during your turn, but worse stats during your opponent, so it's not really that interesting. Soldier is really, really good, because a lot of the cards in this deck do require you to have a monster that has a continuous effect. So Soldier is kind of the heart and soul of the deck. A lot of the cards kind of get enabled by Soldier, so he's actually really, really strong. We have Gale Vinery, because it's just generically a good card. Either we get heads or tails, both the effects are really good. Vultricorn can turn off your opponent's back row, which is less useful in this deck, because a lot of the time we're not going to worry about it, but still can be really helpful. Medic can revive boss monsters from the graveyard, so our goal is going to be get Gear Golem into the graveyard, then use Medic to keep bringing it back to our hand. Supply can pop back row, which is pretty good, and Gear Crown can basically act as a consistency tool. We can get stuff into the graveyard, which we can then start to toolbox. So this deck can struggle to beat set 3 pass. Other than the Ancient Gear Golem, a lot of the rest of the deck can really struggle with that. So we're playing the Jest and the Dark Hole as ways to just get rid of monsters so we can get damage in. We can play Duality in here because we don't special summon. Joint Deck Dig Up is also a really good tool because we can basically just go through our deck as quickly as possible, ideally get a load of cards into the graveyard, then start toolboxing with things like Workshop. Gear Sections in the card that just gets monsters out a little bit easier. Other than that, it's not really doing much. A small attack boost is okay. Then we have our trap card, Barrage, which is, I mean, it's kind of like worse Dark Revelation for machines, except it can pop one of any cards. So this can pop back row as well, which can be really useful and should hopefully come up and be really good. So this is the deck. I think if we get a little bit lucky, if we get Golem into the graveyard early, we just draw into it, we're going to be in a really good spot. If we don't, this might be a bit of a struggle. But let's fire it into the game and see what Alex has got for us. So, last week we had Legends versus Metarion, and they were strange games. I feel like in 2 of the games, really, it was kind of both of us having very awkward hands, unable to really express the full potential of our decks, and I just ended up coming out on top. So it didn't feel wholly deserved as a victory for the week. It just felt like I bricked less. Now, to be fair, that might speak to the consistency of the deck, maybe. But at the end of the day, we didn't really get to show off what those decks could do. So hopefully, we'll get to show off what today's decks can do. So you probably already know what I'm on. I only had 2 big options going into this set, one of which was Legend, and the other is Ancient Gear. And Ancient Gear is... I really like Ancient Gear. Like, I think it's a really cool archetype. I love the aesthetic. I like Crowler. I like all of that jazz. But in Rush Duel specifically, they do feel a little bit underwhelming. And we do know we're getting more Ancient Gear support in the next box. So hopefully that will help bridge the gap a little bit and make them feel a little bit stronger. You, on the other hand, have a few more options. So there's a couple of decks going around which are just kind of generic, such as the Skull Servants. There was a new Fire Pyro support card. There was a new Cyber support card. And you do have other decks that you didn't really get to experiment too much with last time that you were planning on bringing the extras, but we haven't been doing the extras. So you just have that kind of backlog to go into. So just out of like, oh, it's new and it might be funny, I think you might be on Skull Servant. But in the back of my head, I'm also like, I think any excuse for you to bring Space Yggdrago, you're going to bring that. So, like, that's my second guess, I guess.
Yeah.
So, shall we just hop on in, and then we can just see what you're on?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, let's go. And I will be going first here. So, do you have an extra? Only 3 cards in the extra. Does that tell me anything? Probably not Space Yggdrago. I can't think if there is a zombie fusion, so I think I'm more confused than I was, to be honest. So I'm going to start by activating Gear Section. So while this card is face up in the field zone, face up Earth attribute machine type monsters on your field gain 200 attack, and both players can normal summon Earth attribute machine type monsters with the same attack / defense for 1 less tribute. Then I'm going to summon out my Ancient Gear Soldier. And then I'm going to activate the effect of my Ancient Gear Powered Soldier, who, if I have Ancient Gear Golem, Ancient Gear Soldier, or Ancient Gear Beast, he can be summoned for 1 less tribute, and Gear Section also lets it be summoned for 1 less tribute, so he comes out for no tributes. But his effect is a bit awkward. During my turn, he gets 1,000 attack, so he's about to lose 1,000 attack when we go into your turn. But your opponent can activate trap cards when he declares an attack, which is the generic effect that all of the Ancient Gear monsters have. Then we'll set 1, set 2, and pass. So this board is like, it's not bad, but at the same time, a 22 and a 15 with 2 back row, like, is not the scariest thing in the world. Ooh, full art, graceful. A huge shout out to Yoshi, who does actually do the English images for the cards. You don't see it because you don't have it installed, but I have all the English images for all the cards. Unfortunately, Yoshi doesn't do the full art, which is a shame, but I think expecting him to do any more work than he's already doing would be a bit very, very much selfish.
Yeah. Such a great art, though.
Oh yeah, the art on, like, all Rush art. I find it difficult to find Rush art I don't like. Okay, let's take a quick peek what you sent. So, Schlicht the Defiant Soul and Skull Servant. This might be a little bit telling as to what you're on. Oh, so your extra is the fusion of the 2... God, what are they called? The ones that mill, and the one that brings back the one that mills. I cannot for the life of me.
Heavenly Spectres?
Yes, Heavenly Spectres. So it's going to be the fusion of those that can attack directly. Alright, so we summoned Baron White. During your opponent's turn, this card becomes Skull Servant 1 in the graveyard. During your opponent's turn, it becomes Skull Servant. Again, I haven't read these cards, so... change this attack to defense, send the top card of it to the graveyard. Then if you have Skull Servant or King of Skull Servant in your graveyard, you can send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So it's just heavy milling. Okay, so we just sent more cards. There's a King in the graveyard and a regular. That's kind of spooky. Legend Magician comes down. There's that card I don't like to see. Ooh. Okay, so now,
another one.
because if you have King, it's going.
3k King, baby.
Okay, but you can't clear my whole. Okay, you can clear my whole board now.
Yes.
So he doesn't have the protection effect that King has, where he gets to bring himself back, because quick effects don't really exist, and like floating effects. So that's at least something. But I need to draw a good hand here. Oh, this might be okay. We will begin with Dark Hole. Let's get rid of all of that crap. Get out of here. Then I'm going to normal summon my Ancient Gear Soldier. Then we're going to normal summon without tributing my Ancient Gear Tyranno, who basically is the same as Powered Soldier, except it's just got better base stats and doesn't gain the boost during my turn. Just gets out cheaper, and you can't activate trap cards. Then we're going to summon out another Soldier. And then the question is, am I doing this? I think I am just going to do this. It's like... So I'm going to activate a second Gear Section. So the reason I wouldn't do this is because I do have some cards that specifically say that if I discard Gear Section, I get a bonus effect. but I think I would rather just draw more cards.
Oh.
We'll go to battle, and thanks to my card's effects, no matter what that back row is, you cannot activate it, so we'll just slam on in, and then pass the turn.
Yeah.
Now, the downside here is, if you summon a Skull Servant, it's going to have 4,000 attack, or a King of Skull Servants. Now, the plus side is you only have one left in the deck, so you'd have to get a little bit lucky, and if you bring back one back from the graveyard, that means you have one less in the graveyard, so it'll be weaker. Okay, that's kind of scary. I know what you have. Oh, we're going for that one. Okay. So we're just digging for King then. Or we're digging for something else that I don't know about. Okay, 2 Ghost Vicious to the graveyard. Oh wait, no, he's found my deck's one weakness. Oh, that is a very, very good draw, though. So, it's everyone's favourite spell card. It's back.
Oh, damn it.
Jester the Cosmo Princess. And we will be popping 2 of these. And we'll be drawing 2 cards. Not that we need the 2 cards. I'm pretty sure you can't survive this no matter what. So, we'll go to battle. To be super duper safe, I guess I will attack with this. Because these 2 will kill you on their own. And it was another Baron White. Alright, so we managed to get game 1. Now, hopefully, the other games go as smoothly as that, but I basically needed Dark Hole to clear your first board, and I needed Jess to get damage in through the second. So, if I don't draw those 2 1-offs again, it might not go that smoothly. Okay. Wait a minute, that's how you opened the last game.
Ew.
So Vicious and White. And another White. Wait a minute. Okay, that was a pretty good mill.
None.
The whole hand empty as well. That's pretty good. My hand, on the other hand, is it's not the best, but let's see if this card can help us. So I like to take the Pot of Duality. We're gonna excavate 3 cards, and then add 1 of them to my hand. Shuffle the remaining cards into the deck. Ultracorn is probably the pick. We will just take this Ultracorn. Then I will summon the Ultracorn. We'll activate its effect, and we will hit this. And that's unfortunately not a card I want to see in my graveyard either. We are just really not getting the RNG today. I will summon my Ancient Gear Medic. So I'll tribute both, and summon out my Ancient Gear Tyranno, who is nice, but doesn't really do anything. So now the question is, do I attack the white, which will stop you milling extra cards, or do I attack a mystery card? Because those mystery cards could just be more Skull Servants, so putting those in the graveyard doesn't really benefit me anyway. The other option is that you could just have your frustrating Defiant Soul cards, which are actually kind of good. Right, we're going to go battle. We will attack one of these and just hope that it's a Defiant Soul. I'll take that. I will take that.
Flip this to attack. Activate the effect.
So you get to mill some more cards. Gygas being in there is kind of spooky.
Oh wait, no, we're big enough. Shadow Ghoul.
Yep. He's pretty big.
Ghost of Dishes.
Ooh. Ooh. So, as is, you will get to hit me for 27 plus 17. I think this is fine.
Yeah. Just the Cosmo Princess.
Okay, that's really good. My Compulse. Ow. Ow. And ow. Alright, we're not dead, and considering we've basically been hard bricked. Oh, I guess still? Okay. How do I fix this problem? Because I have to do this. So I will activate the spell card, Join Tech Dig Up. So I can send an Earth Attribute Machine type monster from my hand to the graveyard, excavate the top 3 cards of my deck, add an excavated card to my hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of my deck, or send them to the graveyard. So I'm going to send this Powered Soldier I've bricked up on. Oh, God. So I take Dark Hole. I get to wipe your board, and then I die to anything off the top. I take Gear Section, and it potentially lets me unbrick this hand a little bit. Or I take Soldier, which also potentially lets me unbrick this hand a little bit. I think we take Dark Hole. And I would like to send the cards to the graveyard. It's very important they go there. So now I'll activate the Dark Hole, because I need to. Then I'm going to normal summon out Ancient Gear Crown. We'll activate its effect, so if the only cards in my graveyard are machines, I can send the top 2 cards of my deck to the graveyard, then I can add a Gear Section or Ancient Gear Change from graveyard to my hand, so we will use it to grab the Gear Section. We can activate the Gear Section, which will let me summon by tributing just the one monster. Then I'm going to summon out my Gale Vinery, activate its effect. We're just going to hope that we got the whiff. We'll go to battle. This one you can react to. This one you can't react to. So if that had got the correct, it would have been an extra 1,000 damage, but it still wouldn't be threatening lethal. Well, you need a 2100 attack monster to win the game.
My hand does not have a 2100 attack monster in it.
Excellent. Well, now you only need a 1900 attack monster. That's another Geigast in the grave. How do I do this? I can't pierce. If I could pierce, the game would be over. None of my guys do pierce. I have just the legend guy that I could find. I will activate Join Tech Dig Up, and I'm going to send Supplier to the grave. Then we're going to have a look at the top 3. Alright, we'll take Crown. And I will send the remaining cards to the graveyard. Then I'm going to summon Crown. We'll activate its effect. We'll mill 2. And then we will add back Gear Section. Then I can activate Gear Section. Followed by tributing. How can I do this? Oh yeah, okay, I just have to right click. Okay, there we go. We have Ancient Gear Tyranno on the field. So I guess first we'll go ahead and activate Vinery. Sure, I'll weaken your guy. Then we will go Workshop. And I'll use it to bring back... there's only really one choice. Come back, Tyranno. Then I'll normal summon by tributing 1. Out he comes. Go to battle, and then we will just clear all 3, since you can't use trap cards. Oh, you can in response to the cards being destroyed, though. I'm like, I could just not attack this last one, now that I know what that is. Does it benefit me to leave you with a guy? I don't think there's a downside. All your guys are 1 tribute anyway, so like denying 1 extra resource doesn't actually benefit me. So I think I'm just going to pass.
Okay.
Unless like you hard brick and leaving that 1 monster like fixes it. I don't think it matters. I'm probably dead either way.
Zombie Fireworks.
Okay.
Revealing the ghoul.
Is this not just lethal straight up?
Vicious and ghoul.
Yeah, you have lethal on the board already, my friend. You didn't even need to bring back the vicious.
Yeah. Oh, right, 22.
Yeah, he's a little baby.
1,000.
He's my little baby boy.
Hey, what do you mean? You'll do 32,000?
So I did misplay a smidgy bit, but I don't know if it would have made a difference. So what I could have done is tribute both of 2 monsters instead of 1 to get out the Tyranno. Then summon the Medic in my hand, sent the Gear Section to the graveyard to draw 1 card. Now, that's still a 1 in 14 that I actually get what I need, but if we had found... it would have to have been exactly Ancient Gear Golem. I could have threatened lethal, but like, that was still a 1 in 14, so I don't know if it was a real throw or not. We will never know. Alright, we will go first, and we just won't draw a really bad hand this time. Yes, you know, this could be worse. We're gonna set a big pile of cards. I'm also gonna set this, just so you can't summon your Earth machines that have the exact same attack and defense easier.
Okay, let's have a
okay. That's fine. Well, no skulls.
Okay. Set this.
Okay.
Ribby over this.
Geigast is here. So Geigast is a vanilla right now. So I'm not threatened by him. You have attacked and destroyed my Boltricorn. So we will flip up Boltricorn the second, activate his effect. We will target this. So this is now turned off, not allowed it. Now we'll go ahead and activate our gear section here. So we will normal summon Ancient Gear Soldier. Then I'm going to... No matter how I do this, it's kind of annoying. I guess we have to do this first then. So I'm going to summon out this guy. Now, am I doing this? That's so cheeky to do, but it would be really funny if it worked. I don't think it's worth it. No. We're just going to leave it like this. This is like the safest version of this play, but I think safe is fine for now. We'll just go battle. So we'll start off by attacking with this. Then we're going to attack with this. And then we're going to attack with this. Then we're going to pass. So like, there was a couple of other plays I could do, and it also would get my hand emptier. Arguably, I should have just emptied my hand more. But like using Tyranno's effect to get out for no tributes is just like it's too like fun of an idea to not just slap it down.
I mean, it's really good.
Yeah, but I mean, I kept cards in my hand in exchange for doing that, so it's arguably worse. I'm just drawing less cards now. Oh, she's back.
These two.
Okay. The zombie fireworks.
Oh, wait, no, he goes to the grave. Oh, damn.
What does he do now? He's online. Destroy a level 8 or lower monster on your opponent's field. You cannot tribute this card for a tribute summon this turn. Okay, so you just get to pop a guy for free. Okay, we will do this. I don't think there's going to be a better chance. So I'm going to just use Compulsory Evacuation Device. And I'm going to make you spend another guy.
Okay.
Well, that's annoying.
Zombie fireworks.
I mean, I can't predict you're just going to have a second copy. Statistically, you only had 2 left.
That should still be, yeah, it's still 5 months isn't great. Then that. Get rid of this.
My big boy.
Set 2. Activate Vicious.
Clear my board. God, if you didn't have that zombie fireworks as well, it would have bricked you. You had the exact out. Just an extra normal summon would have been like fine. So here comes Jest. We have to use Jest. That's not negotiable. I think I'm going to get rid of this, this, and this, and I'm going to target both your monsters. Then I'm going to draw 2 cards. Okay, that's
fine. Just spend you.
So now that we know we're doing 0 damage, does it matter? I think I'm quite happy to just chill. So I'm going to set, and set. We'll just pass. I don't think I could have killed you there. Okay, Legend Strike is completely fine with us.
How big are the butts?
Some of them are big, some of them are small.
Yeah, some are quite.
Ancient Gear Soldier is 13.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. That was my Jointech Digger.
Okay. Well, fireworks.
Christ, we have the 3rd fireworks. God, you've already gone through half the deck. I feel like I'm literally getting sacked by fireworks. And that's it right now.
Gigast and Vicious back onto the field.
Okay. As far as things could have gone, that's a lot less scary.
Empty the hand for more.
Okay.
Get back.
You know you're supposed to be playing a Skull Servant deck, right?
They're all in here.
Yeah, but you keep throwing them away instead of summoning them. You have the options to summon them, and you keep just throwing them in.
Just look at these. Can't summon them out.
Yeah, it's 500 life points closer to death. Well, you hit my nice weak one. Hit a nice middle ground one.
Oh, why can't I attack with?
Are you locked into only attacking the zombies because you used zombie fireworks?
Yes.
Save 1100 life points. I'm not sure if that will make a huge difference over the course of this game, but maybe. Right, we'll start out with this. Ancient Gear Supplier. So I can send a spell trap from my field to the graveyard and shuffle 2 Earth Attribute Machine Type monsters from my graveyard into the deck to destroy a spell trap on the opponent's field. Then if I send Gear Section to the graveyard, I can draw 1 card. So now the question is, we're going to be using its effect, but do I want to use its effect before or after I do a different play? So I have to shuffle back Earth Machines. So it's, do I want to draw into Earth Machines I'm shuffling back? I probably don't. So I'm going to activate my Pot of Duality. So 1, 2, 3. And like Ancient Gear Barrage is really nice. So I think it's a lot less good when you know it's there. I might just take Big Guy, you know. Next, I will activate Supplier. I'll be sending this to the grave and shuffling 2 cards from my grave back into the deck. So I'll be shuffling back this and probably this. Let's put 2 medics back. And I can pop one of these. We did hit the Jest, which is a good card. It's not a trap card though, which probably would have been more ideal. Then we have the second gear section. We can normal summon out Soldier. On normal summon without tributing my Powered Soldier. And then I'm going to activate Workshop, which gets me back Tyranno. Then I contribute 1 to summon out my Tyranno. Set a back row, go to battle phase. We can slam over this. We can slam over this. And we can get... Once again, it's that bloody... I mean, there's no point. I want it gone if it is there. An extra 400 damage is also pretty good. And then we just pass.
Gold 7.
Wait a minute. Oh,
Mobius.
Christ. That is... that is so annoying. I haven't used any trap cards yet this entire game. Oh, I've used Compulse.
You need them. Oh, no, I haven't used them.
I mean, this still doesn't count my board. You only got 3 cards left to work with. You're out of Fireworks. I don't have to worry about Jest. Already used your Legend spell. There's not another Legend monster that can come down. Ooh. Okay. So Contact Fusion can happen, but does Contact Fusion actually bother me? I'm not low enough that I'm just going to die from it.
We'll shuffle back in. Not Ancient Gears. Vector of Heaven's Paternity.
Okay. Well, you don't take any battle damage from it, so you can just leave it in attack mode without really giving a shit.
Huh? Battle.
Clear the Powered Soldier. We are going to clear the Gear Soldier, okay. Where, by the way, is my Ancient Gear Golem, right? I have not seen it one time in any of these games so far.
You sure you brought it?
Yes, it's 100% in the deck. So we'll use Gear Crown. Melt it. There he is! He's there! I will add my gear section to my hand. The issue is, I don't have any way to get into my hand from the graveyard right now. So we'll activate gear section. Oh, wait, I can't even use this effect, can I? Yeah, I can't use it. If I had my Ancient Gear Medic, I shuffle 2 of them back into my deck. If I had it, I just get to grab Golem from the graveyard, but I don't have it. It's just like, I'm so close. So I'll normal summon Soldier. Then I'm gonna tribute 1 to summon out Powered Soldier. Then I'm going to tribute 1 to summon out another Tyranno. Then we'll go to battle. We'll clear this out of the way. We'll get rid of this. And then I'll attack you for game, Alex. Look at it. Here it comes. Oh. And then we'll pass.
3 out. Do this, right?
Yep.
7th beginning of 7th end. Let's put that golem back in your deck.
Don't worry, I'll just draw him out next turn. If there is a next turn.
Probably.
I'm assuming I'm not dead, because otherwise I don't know why we're thinking ahead if I'm dead. The ghoul. Okay.
Ghoul's
kind of scary.
big.
Does mean no contact fusion. Okay, because this is why there's no contact fusion.
Guy gas. Select.
I'll change the battle position of a monster. Don't know what that does for you.
Yeah.
Just empties the hand.
Grab back. Oh, but it doesn't. Hmm.
I just win.
Yeah. I can't clear everything.
Yeah, big butts have come through here. Alright, I'll tell you what. I know we are spinning plates a little bit, but if I... Oh, do you know what's the most annoying? Is I've just drawn Medic. I really want to summon Golem. I really want to summon Golem. So I could take Dig Up, which would let me dig 3 cards, or I could take Crown, which lets me dig 2 cards. So we'll go Dig Up. Come on, Golem, we can do this, buddy. Activate.
No, he's at the bottom.
Discard. 1, 2, 3. No! Right, add this to hand. Send the others to the bin. I'll normal summon out Crown. We'll activate its effect to mill. For God's sake, where is it? We have the Medic. I could bring it back if it gets to the graveyard. No, apparently we're just not allowed. We're not allowed to summon Ancient Gear Golem. Okay, so we'll just go battle. We'll just swing. Unfortunate, we did not get him out. But you know, those were games. I brought this up during that game, but like we didn't get to see much Skull Servant going on there, which was a little bit of a shame. You know, it's not the end of the world because we still got to see you obviously play the Defiant Souls half the deck. Obviously, Ghost Vicious and Shadow Ghoul have been really, really popular in kind of the zombie meta for a long time. Anyway, so we got to see all of that come together. Like I said, we got to see like a 4,000 attack King of Skull Servants at one point, and then he died. That was neat. There's not really much more to say about your deck, I don't think. It was just the Defiant Soul stuff, and Defiant Soul's cool. My deck ran into a problem, which was getting through defense monsters is actually kind of hard for this deck. We needed in game 1 Dark Hole and Jest to beat you. Then in this game, the only way we got so much damage in was because, again, Jest, and, well, I think actually we used Jest and then you actually used Scat Thief to protect yourself, so that didn't even work out. But, like, we clearly have this issue of getting damage in. Now, if I can get Golem into rotation, right, it's fine. I can just keep bringing it back Medic. Can it actually get into rotation? Apparently that's quite hard. We only got to see him go into the graveyard once and he immediately got shuffled back, so we didn't actually get to see what he could do, which is a bit of a shame. Because he is kind of the heart and soul of the deck. I was expecting there to just be another Piercer in this archetype. Like, for example, just give us like a double tribute, I don't know, like just 2,500 attack Piercer, right? That doesn't have any of the gimmick of it can come out for less tributes. Because like getting them out less tributes is fine, but like, what does it mean if you get out a 2,500 vanilla effectively? I mean, it stops your opponent from using trap cards, which is still really good, but like,
yeah,
if you can't get damage in, does it matter? Right? Like, you're kind of like, do I start playing like Pierce or Stop Defense just to try and get damage in? Because it really does feel a little bit like Royal Rebels in a way, where I'm like, well, if you don't play things face up, I can't really play the game. Well, obviously old Royal Rebels, not now. Now they got progressive. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this was fun. So thanks for the games, buddy. GG.
GG.